Hi, in this presentation we're going to talk about how you go about writing an argumentative, or maybe better said, a persuasive essay. As with any large task that you may undertake, you'll want to first stop in what I call the situation room, which is a place where you step back and look at the situation and the task at hand in order to collect your thoughts and develop a strategy. Just as military strategists must gather together with all of their data in a situation room in order to assess things and make an effective plan before they act, so too must writers and public speakers gather all their data and assess certain other things before they are ready to write the paper. When they have a plan, and only then are they ready to leave the situation room and to begin. Hundreds of years before Christ, Aristotle analyzed public speaking situations. In those days, the Greeks called language to persuade in public speaking rhetoric. Opportunities to speak or now to write to someone somewhere are now called rhetorical situations. Back then, the ancient Greeks did a lot of public speaking and debating in open forums, literally open air situations. They found that common elements applied to every rhetorical situation, and we use their approach for analyzing rhetorical situations every day, even though we may not be consciously aware of it. Many of our traditions are based on the classical forums. Both houses of Congress were conceived as open forums. The big roundtable discussions at the UN are public forums. Rotunda buildings were designed for public debate. And every college classroom is a kind of public forum for the exchange of ideas on a given topic. In online classes, the discussion boards are the open forums for the exchange of ideas around a certain topic. So it's not only in sororities and fraternities that we go Greek every single day. In ancient Greece and Rome, often the debates were over ideas about how the city should be governed. Therefore, being a masterful debater was a highly valued skill. Both community attitudes and people's votes could be swayed by a skilled debater. So it isn't surprising that great leaders studied the art of debate to determine the elements required in successful persuasive speech, and by extension, speech writing or writing. Before you even begin to put pen to paper, or perhaps these days fingertips to the keyboard, it's important that you know your purpose for writing. Are you writing to explain, to compare, to analyze, to define, or in this case, to persuade? In an academic setting like college, a persuasive essay makes an argument to persuade the reader to think, feel, and/or act in the way you want him to. This is arguing not in the sense of fighting, but in the sense of making a legal argument in court, and it must follow certain rules. Now, in persuading someone to think, see, feel, or act in a certain way, a person could take any of several approaches. One could, for example, use physical force or fear of consequence, as is done in some circumstances like repressive governments or gangs, but in college, obviously that would never be acceptable. Other kinds of persuasion appeal to one's emotions or to distortions of logic, which is things that sound good but on close examination are flawed. Propaganda techniques fall in this area. Propaganda techniques are numerous, and they have names you may have heard of before, like false dichotomies or bandwagon, glittering generalities, and so on. To review some of these propaganda techniques, which are things that you should avoid, go to the yellow link on the screen. Now, these kinds of appeals are not wrong. In fact, they are often very effective, and people who do this kind of writing can be highly paid for it. Of course, think of advertising writers and commercial writers, billboards, sales, signs, flyers, and so on. You only have to look around you to find appeals to emotion. However, these arguments are not appropriate for academic writing. Academic writing is limited to persuasion based on appeals to the intellect or to reason. In many areas of study, this is based on the logic and the research data that the writer or the researcher has come up with.